What up, 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 what up? It's your boy Unkasa. You tuning in for episode 20 of Unkasa's True Hip Hop Story. Thank y'all for tuning in, subscribing, liking, commenting, donating. I appreciate y'all. Before we start tonight's show off, I want to give a shout out to my guy, Rashad Mustafa. He sent me this dope ass canvas painting. I'm gonna put this on my daughter's wall. I appreciate this, my dude. And he also designed this merch. So if y'all want this merch, hit me up, and me and Mustafa will definitely get this merch to you. We're gonna do this collab together. This is direct to garment, no vinyl, straight 100 wash, perfect fit. So if you want these, I will definitely give you the information to my man Rashad Mustafa. He also do canvases for home, like you seen the one he did for me. This is going in baby girl's room. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, man. And like I said, we got the merch too, so y'all can hit me up. I'll leave all the information in the descriptions later. Tonight's episode is about Dipset versus G Unit. Y'all know this part of the show is when I tell y'all to roll up. But my true supporters, they rolled up. They had a blunt waiting for this. They just cracking that shit out they backwood and lighting it up. For you slow motherfuckers, that's always, we gotta wait for you niggas to roll and come on, man. You not getting my lighter no more. Cause I had to ask for my lighter back. When I give y'all the lighter, pass me my shit back. I only got one of these. Shout out for my mans at Onions, exotic flavors. I only got one of these. Send me some more of these because niggas is trying to steal my shit. Shout out to my guys at Extra Bacon for the Run Center Run hat. I had this hat since last year, and I just popped it out the woodwork. I gotta support my boys over at Extra Bacon. It's that Run Center Run hat. So I think it goes with the ambiance of the show tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, shout out to Rashad Mustafa for that beautiful artwork. That shit is beautiful, my nigga. I appreciate that. And like I said, we got the merch. Tonight's show, the set versus the unit. I hope y'all rolled up. For the ones that need a light, let's get down to business, baby. Brand yourself. Like around 98, I was introduced to 50 Cent. I was already familiar with him from the Holla Rob record and stuff like that, like Holy Quran and shit. Because I was heavy on, into getting underground music. Around this time, I was being mentored by Bryce Wilson, which is the founder of Groove Theory. Shout out to Bryce Wilson. And I was with Bryce. I was living with Bryce off and on between my manager house and Bryce's house. And I was with him every day, so he would basically take me to the meetings and give me a feel of what the industry was. I was just about to wrap up my deal with Black Round Records. So he's taking me everywhere, basically introducing me to every producer and artist and anybody that was hot and relevant at the time. So we go to Sony one day, and I think we're going to check Tone and Poke. And the security just had 50 standing in the in like the lobby, and Bryce walked up to Fifth like, yo, Fifth, what's going on? He was like, yo, what's going on, Bryce? He was like, yo, this my artist Unkasa, what's up? Fifth looked at me like, all right, what up? I think he was with Yayo at the time. I think Yayo was with him at the time. I'm not sure, but they had Fifth waiting in the lobby. He said, yeah, I'm waiting for these bitch ass niggas Tony Pope to come get me. So it's like, oh, okay. So we get our passes, we go up. We happen to go see Tony Pope. We like, yo, Fifth downstairs. Bryce said like, yo, Fifth downstairs. He was like, yo, we know that nigga's a headache. Like Fifth, man, we love him, but Fifth is crazy. He's out of, you can't control him. So I was like, damn, maybe his music do depict really who he was. Like I said, I was only familiar through the songs that I was familiar with, like How to Rob and Quran and all that shit. So We had a meeting with them. They was playing beats. I rhymed for them. We left, and I was just like, yeah. I was like, damn, why they didn't let Fifth up? And they was like, yo, you know, Fifth be having niggas under pressure, man. He's still like on his street time shit. So I'm like, oh word. It's like cool. We was in the studio working on the Groove Theory album too. That same night, Fifth got into it with Murder Inc. in the studio. We was in there. I seen when Fifth walked out the studio and all that after he got busy with them niggas. Fast forward, 2007, we had a video shoot. I can't remember exactly what video shoot we was at, but we was at a video shoot with it was a song featuring Jewels. It was one of Jim records, and we was all there. Slow, shout out to my Queens niggas, Slow Bucks. A couple of guys was there, and somebody said, "Yo, this nigga 50 and Cameron is they beefing on the radio." So we go to the other room, leave the wardrobe room and go to wherever the radio was at, and we listening to these niggas going back and forth. Basically, what happened was 50 made a statement by saying that Koch Records was a graveyard for artists. And at that time, Cam had a lot of projects coming out on Koch. Cam was doing a lot of business with Alan Grumblat over there at Koch Records. So I guess Cam took offense to it, like if 50 was taking shots at him or something like that. So at first it was 50 Cent and Alan Grumblat going back and forth. So I guess Alan Grumblat said, yo, Cam's up here with me right now. So 50 says, yo, put Cam on the phone. So as soon as Cam get on the phone, Cam blacks out. So we just listening. L's looking with the face like, what the fuck is going on? Where this shit coming from? And Cam just going crazy, calling him Curtis and just going crazy. And 50 like, yo, Cam, do you really want this? This is what he basically saying over the radio. Like, yo, Cam, you don't want to do this. You see where this can go, right? So they arguing that shit, the interview hang up. So we all at the video shoot like, L's like, yo, this nigga killer bugging right now, man. Knowing that niggas that be around Fifth be around us. Cause L's got he's fucking with Slow and Bucks heavy. All the Queens niggas heavy. So Slow said, yo, I'm gonna see what's up with this shit. We go to the studio. L's tell everybody, yo, mind y'all fucking business. Let Cam and 50 do what they gonna do. Let's see how this shit gonna play out. Cause this shit can only play out two ways. This shit can play out or just on some rap shit and it'll just be good for hip hop, or this shit can end out and spill out into the streets if this shit get too crazy. Maybe the next day we at the studio. Niggas say, I think Nick comes in and be like, yo, 50 just dropped that video dissing Cam. We was like, where's that? World Star. We go to World Star and look at the funeral video. He got Maserati, Fox, all the goons. They at the house out in Connecticut, the joint that he had that Tyson used to own. And 50 basically in the shooting range and he talking his shit. When he dropped the record, I ain't gonna lie, me and Els both look at each other like, ooh, this shit type hard. We knew off the bat Killer was coming right back. Killer is not a procrastinator with this music shit. If he got smoke with somebody, he's jumping right on it. So Fifth dropped the funeral, and we just like that shit type hard. We waiting for Killer response. Next day, World Star Killer dropped his shit. Killer shit was hard, but to me, for the temperature of the battle, I felt 50 had came a little harder. But don't get it fucked up. When when Cam dropped that Curtis shit, he had all the Goonies with him, from east to west. He had the streets on fire. So like that whole week, everybody on High 97, whoever radio station was popping, they was playing both of these records back to back for like a whole week. That shit was lit. So we just like, yo, we got to see how this shit gonna play out. We gonna see how this shit gonna play out. At the time, I think it was a little turmoil inside the family. I don't think Els, Jim, or Killer was seeing eye to eye at the time. More so Jewels and Killer. And I think Jim and Cam had their own little personal thing going. So at that time, the temperature of the family was just kind of shaky. You know what I'm saying? From what I can see. So one night, I'm in the crib, and I'm like, yo, let me go see. World Star used to be my shit, so I said, yo, let me go see what's on World Star. I go, turn on World Star. As soon as I turn on World Star, it was like a little box. You know the little boxes, and the box said 50 Cent brings out Jim Jones and brings out Jim Jones and Joel Santana. So I'm like, what? Hold up. So I play it, and I watch it. And 50 bring Jim out to do Ballin', and Joel's come out with him. Yo, I played that shit like 3 to 4 times. Maybe 5 times I watched that shit. And right there in my mind, I was like, yo, it's over for the set. Oh, man. This shit gonna kill the set right here. Because I knew how Cam was gonna look at that shit. Like, I know these niggas not on stage with this nigga after we ain't squashed this beef. This shit just actually just faded out. Like, he dropped a record, a video. Cam dropped a record in the video, and the fans basically picked. But 50 plays by that 48 law of power shit, so he's playing strategically, and I guess he used Jim and Jewels as a pawn in his little game to cause friction. Cause when I watched that video, I was like, oh shit, this ain't good. This is not gonna be good. This is not gonna be good. Probably a few, or maybe a month, and some weeks later, Cam did the Sub-Zero, and this is when he was really breaking the UN and stuff like that with Vado. And now I start seeing the separation, like, damn, the Diplomat shit is crumbling, because that move that Fifth pulled by bringing Jewels and Jim out to do Ballin', Cam would never let his pride to ever come out on stage with somebody Jim or Jewels was beefing with. That's how Cam took it. Like, I dare these niggas come out on stage with Fifth. I knew shit was shaky. I was like, damn, dude. Cam started working with Vital. They started doing the UN shit, getting shit hot. Cam did like a interview on Sub Zero, and Sub Zero asked him, it's like, yo, did 50 play a part? They saying 50 played a part in breaking Dipset up. And when Cam said, he played a part of it, I ain't gonna say he was all of it, I knew right there, my judgment was right when the first time I seen it, like, oh shit. Time goes on, the family kind of separated. Els got a great rapport with a lot of people that was affiliated with Fifth at the time, because Slow and them is from Fifth Letter, you know what I'm saying? And I seen like sides being picked, like guys that was running with Kim would stop fucking with guys that was running with Jewels. It was just like everybody had, like, Jim had his own niggas, Cam had his own niggas, Jewel had his own niggas, Zeke just had his own niggas. It was like we just set, but it's Skull Gang, Bird Gang, 730, UN, and it was just like it wasn't that one motion, that one nation that we was built off of. So Slow played a big part in this. Slow was like, yo, that fucking beef between Fifth and Cam, that shit wasn't meant for them. That was some bullshit. We the hottest niggas in the city. We need to be doing music together. Els, Banks fuck with you. You and Banks need to do something. Els was with it. That's what New York needed. That's what New York was missing. The biggest thing that could have ever happened for New York at that time was a tour with Dipset, G Unit, and D Block. Niggas would have caked up. That would have been one of the most illest rap tours ever. But by egos and everybody being their own bosses, that type of camaraderie couldn't be because of the testosterone and the competition of the game. So I was seeing what Slow was trying to do. Slow was trying to put these power play together for New York. That Beamer, Benz, and Bentley song, that came through Slow. And the bridging the gap between Harlem and Queens. Like I said, 50 and Cam, they already went through their shit. That shit kind of faded out. 50 brung Jim and Jewels out. That kind of jaded Cam. Now, it's the Skull Gang, like, run. We working. John Depp is Lloyd Banks' cousin. Banks like how he bring his little cousin in, how Jewels is treating his cousin. So it was just like inevitable for it to happen. It took a while, but it was inevitable for it to happen. I remember they brung that beat. They brung that beat to the studio. As soon as they turned that Beamer, Benz, and Bentley beat on, Els went crazy. He was like, yo, this shit is crazy. I think Banks might have had like a half of the hook and a verse on it. And then Els like went straight in. I remember niggas went to Quad Studio to mix and master this shit. Yo, when Els put his verse on Beamer, Benz, and Billy in the hook and mixed it with Banks, that was the best collaboration that New York ever had in a long time. And that was on account of slow bridging that gap, like fuck beefing. We need to build together. Banks is the top young dog over at G Unit. Jewels is the top young dog at Dipset. What if they on a record together and that shit happened like that? That Beamer, Benz, and Bentley. We was in Quad Studio, in the big room that Big used to use, and that energy was in there. We was all in there, and that shit just vibing. When that shit hit the streets, that shit broke like wildfire. Video shoot, Beanie Siegel came out, Main No. Everybody like came out for that video. Yayo, whole Skull Gang, everybody came out for that video, and that video was like different. That energy in it was different. That was my first time seeing Beans since like '05. You know what I'm saying? Beans was just getting out the hospital, so Beans came through. You know what I'm saying? It was like, that was just good to see him. Mano came through, and to see Els and Banks in a video together was like, you thought you would never see that. So when that shit happened, that shit was monumental. That video came out, it was lit. Now, like I said, Cam started to get hot with Vado doing the Mumar records. UN popping. So like I said, now this whole new entity, UN, is got a whole nother element to it. Some people you know, some people you don't know. So it's like friction within the crew. So guys that might usually talk to each other is not going to choke because everybody's picking sides, and it was just like awkward moments. I was like fucking shit up. So I wasn't really trying to get into that personal shit. I kept it 100 with everybody. I fucked with Vado. I fucked with Killer. I fucked with Jewels. I fucked with everybody. I didn't choose no side. So none of that type of shit affected me. I wasn't with it. I was like, I love all y'all niggas. We from Harlem. We all need to just try to put this shit together. Like I said, the Beamer, Benz, and Ridley records is out. That shit catching fire. This around the time where New York was kind of still had a little edge in the game before the South really took their invasion all crazy like they doing right now. And I always knew that the beef between Dipset and G Unit was going to die out, not being on no street shit because of the content of where the conflict came. It was all competition. It wasn't nothing personal. It wasn't nothing street. All that shit was like, Cam's the big dog, 50's the big dog, and you know, when you all striving for this crown in New York, you gonna clash, and that's what that was. But 50 always been a different type of nigga. He's a different type of dude when it comes to that beef and that battle shit. I remember we was at Dream Remix Rocking This Thing Like video. It was Rick Ross, Jewels, and Fab on the remix. This is when 50 beefing with Ross. So we all up there, we chilling. It's me, Jewels, Dream, Fab, and probably like a half an hour later, I can't forget Slow was there. I think Bucks was there, I believe. And like probably like a half an hour later, Ross showed up with his entourage. Ross showed up with about 30 niggas. No lie. Shit got wild packed. We in like a soundstage studio like downtown Brooklyn somewhere. And Fifth called Slow Phone. This is when Fifth and Slow was on good terms. Fifth called Slow Phone like these that nigga Rick Ross just pulled up in there, right? He was like, yeah, how you know? He was like, come on, my nigga. Like, these niggas ain't playing like I'm playing. Like, I'm a different type of nigga. Like, I can get his fat ass right now if I needed to. And from right there, I was just like, yo, this nigga Fifth is different when it comes to this beef shit on some street shit. Like, the nigga knew exactly when the nigga arrived to the video shoot. So I was just like, yo, that nigga's a wicked nigga, boy. Like, if he really wanted, like, to be on some street shit, like, he had niggas. Like, he knew the exact minute this nigga showed up. He called Slow Phone, like, yeah, that nigga just showed up, right? Yeah. Niggas don't want to play with me like that. So that's when I know that this rap shit really be about competition. It don't have to spill off into no street shit, but it's the temperature of the competition that you up against. Everybody's going for that ring. Everybody's going for that championship. And when you got nice niggas like 50, Cam, and Ross, it's going to be some type of friction. Whether it's friendly competition or some type of, if it spill off into the streets. But luckily, that was about the art and the friction that comes with the sport of rap. People gotta understand it's a difference between street shit and rap shit. The street shit comes and spill off through the entourages, cause the bosses, they might be popping they shit on these records, but that's just to defend what they stand for. The guys that's running with the entourage, they the ones that's like, yo, with the shits. You never see the guys actually that's the front men of the crews actually get into it. It's always the entourage, because instead of letting the bosses handle what they handle, somebody from either side always feel like they gotta prove something. That's where, in this game, we gotta keep street shit, and music shit. We cannot mix the two, because what you will get is more indictments. You will get more arrests, more murders, just shit that's all bad for the culture. This culture has been feeding a large amount of black people for a long time, and let's keep it that way. Let's keep the pollution out the fucking culture. If you wanted to stay a gangster, you should have stayed in the streets. Keep the rap shit, and you keep the street shit. You cannot mix the two, because you not getting a bag by portraying an image that's not you. It's just gonna get you caught up. This is to feed families and to start some type of generational wealth for others, because we gonna get to an age where we gonna have to do something different. We ain't gonna always be hot. We ain't gonna always be them niggas on the top of the game. We gotta pass the torch to the young ones, even the execs. The execs gonna have to move over. They gonna have to let these new execs and these new producers and these new MCs and these new stylists get their turn. They can't hog up the game. You gotta let the old out that had their time. Y'all gotta gracefully bow out and let these new people get in. You gotta get this new blood in, this new energy, these new foundations, these new monies. We need new cash monies, new bad boys. A lot of the old stuff is dying out because people that's been in it so long, they been in these seats so long, they not giving the people that's up next they space. Gracefully bow out. Step to the other side. We don't have to be so conflictional all the time. It ain't always got to be a beef. It ain't always got to be about competition. Sometimes it's about making statements and creating great shit. That's what it's about, creating and motivating and inspiring others to do the same type of great shit or even different. We all not going to be great rappers. We all not going to be great actors. But everybody definitely has a talent and tap into it. That's what I do. I'm a great MC, but I can also tap into other things. Merchandising, doing stand-up shows, telling these stories. You got to put your mind into a positive place and wipe the negative out. You be your worst enemy. The people, yourself, you be your worst enemy. You got to keep moving on. That's why I be so much beef and conflict, because internally people be having beef with themselves. And misery loves company. And like I said, you might have one crew over here, one crew over there. You got the same indoctrination in the same pollution that niggas been in forever, and niggas just bring it into the music business and fucks it up. We gotta learn how to reprocess new things and let all that bad shit out. That's what this episode was about. Everybody be so caught up on the beef. Dipset and G Unit never was a beef. It was a competition to strive for greatness. And when you have others that's great at the same thing that you're doing, you're going to clash. But you take it out on the music. You don't take it to the streets. And that's what 50 and Cam did. They was bigger men to, over the years, put their differences to the side and laugh at it. And that was by being bosses. Because if they would have let everybody else handle what was going on with that, it would have probably ended up messy. But by two bosses knowing that this is competition, this is not really about nothing, they could sit down as men and shake hands and move on and still push the culture. Those two men put out two of the biggest groups and movements of music in the last 20 years. So you gotta salute 50 and you gotta salute Killer. That battle was great. Great things came out of it, especially the Beamer, Benz, and Bentley record. It was just like, we gotta understand that they wanna see us fall. They wanna see us fuck up our culture. They wanna see us. They taking everything from us. This the last thing we got is this hip hop culture. This the last thing that we got that we can actually say we got our foot on. We done knocked out rock and roll years ago. For streaming and just be the most popular music. We own it, hip hop. So wake up. Don't fuck this shit up. They watching us. They watching every move we make. They can't wait for you to fuck it up. Be positive. Get the bag. Don't get in the game to get gangster. Keep that shit. Get in the game to get the bag. It's millions and millions and millions of dollars being made every day from this culture. Get a piece of it. Until next time, it's your boy Unkasa. This is Unkasa True Hip Hop Stories. and I'm out. Episode 20. Like I said, y'all want the merch, hit me up. Thanks for the donations, the merch, the flavors y'all send me. I appreciate it. The comments, I appreciate it. I love my subscribers. Like I said, shout out to my guy Rashad Mustafa for this dope ass painting. Until next time, I'm out.